us.
Hello, and welcome back to the Bonehead Collective. And welcome to episode 1.5 of Deus Ex Mankind Divided. Now, you're probably already confused with me saying 1.5. And long story short is, I had literally just 2 minutes ago finished playing this part of the game. I'd done the intro, I gave some incredibly insightful and in-depth analysis on the gameplay, and when I went to add the footage to my editor, I realised I didn't record it at all. So I am going to be that's why I've got a continue option, but I'm going to be replaying this again. And hopefully I'll actually be... Well, I've triple checked everything. I'm recording now. Because if I wasn't and you're seeing this, then that's a bit spooky. But full disclosure from the beginning though, and I did mention this in the unrecorded part of this, but I have played Deus Ex Mankind Divided before. Just like I played Doom Eternal before. So nothing about this is really going to be a surprise. I remember the key elements of the story of this game. There's side stories and like side objectives that I either miss, which I'm gonna try and get done in this, just so there are some new experiences. But for the most part, this is just gonna be a standard run. Normally I try to be like stealthy and I try not to kill anyone, but that usually involves me saving and reloading a lot. And I'm gonna assume that's something you guys don't want to see a lot of. So if I do get spotted, if I do get into a gunfight, then I'll be rolling with the punches basically, and I will just be going with that.
You just have to let go.
And
embrace what you've become.
Yeah, no, this game, I thought it was kind of relevant to play this game now, because obviously Cyberpunk came out not too long ago and that game has bombed hard. And that's heartbreaking to say. I was so excited to get my hands on that game. You know, I was going to have that whole next-gen experience on the PS5, and Cyberpunk was going to be my first true next-gen title. And yeah, I didn't get the PS5 thanks to scalpers, and missed out on Cyberpunk. And apparently rightfully so, because I was going to get the PlayStation 4 version of it, but apparently that is the worst port of the lot. So I really dodged a bullet there. I was going to play Human Revolution originally, like just so like there was no like, oh, I don't understand what's going on in the story, but between the two of it, sorry, there's too many fucking Human Revolution was better for the story, and it gave Adam Jensen that like unyielding badass kind of feeling to it. But this one, I think the gameplay and the setting and the world itself is a lot more interesting, and I think they've kind of given Adam more to work with as well. Like I feel like they kind of gave his character, Gaven's not a word, given his character a little bit more depth. Like he cracks jokes more. Like I don't know. It's an unpopular opinion, but I much prefer this game over Human Revolution. But then it's not really a huge margin, because I love all of this kind of like cyberpunk, sci-fi, cybernetic kind of futuristic games. Like I've always said, if I lost an arm or a leg and I could have it replaced with a cybernetic prosthesis, I'd take that. I'd give up an arm to have one like Adam Jensen's. Like I've always said, I can die happy if in my lifetime we can prove the existence of aliens, and or I can have a robot arm. Now, for those of you who don't know me, that alien part isn't like conspiracy nut kind of... Like, I'm not one of those, like, oh, they walk among us kind of believers, but I just don't believe with how infinite and expansive the universe is, there's no aliens at all. There's not at least one other civilization somewhere in like the hundreds of thousands of light years or whatever the universe expands. But I'm going to stop talking about that because I don't want to dig myself into a hole and get labelled a conspiracy nut. But so one thing I just did here that I complained about in my initial playthrough for this was that I was like, oh, I'll take the lethal option, you know, I'll kill people, then immediately fell into my own trap of not wanting to kill people, wanting to sneak around and be stealthy. And I didn't actually kill anyone. I think I shot someone and then felt bad and knocked them out. So, sorry, I keep punching the mic. So the plan, for the most part, is going to be I'm going to sneak and not kill as much as possible, and if it comes down to it, I will defend myself.
Your number one priority is keeping the Jinn out of that atrium.
Copy that.
Time to put away your heavy thoughts, gentlemen. We're approaching the target building. You're up first, Jensen. Let's do this. Task force action. This is Life Leader.
You might notice there is going to be some stuttering and some stammering. That's because even though my PC is well above what the game wants as a minimum and recommended, this game is a nightmare to get running. Like, I have read horror stories on forums of people who can't even get off the main menu because their frame rates dip. I'm currently got everything set to high with things like motion blur turned off because I'm not a fan of motion blur. But everything else is on their high settings. So we should have a pretty stable frame rate through the game. Fingers crossed. If not, there may be an edit partway through the video so I can just adjust things to get them running smoother for your viewing pleasure. But
Team leader, this is Jensen. I'm on the roof.
this seems satisfactory for now.
You need to block us at the far end of the penthouses. And keep in mind, the direct route might not be the easiest one.
Roger that.
McCready will advise once his team is on the ground. Miller out.
I'm still not incredible at PC gaming, but one thing this game does benefit from is the option to not actually have to kill anyone, so I don't have to worry about my aim in this game if I don't want to, because this game offers things like alternative paths in and around the environment. Like if you want to sneak around, you have those options. If you want to avoid firefights, you can. If you don't want to, you know, shoot people, if you want non-lethal options, you've got them.
They have colors and shapes.
Alright, just get that on the go. So if I don't want it, I don't have to do it. So but that's what I was also saying. When I've played this game before, I tend to get the no alarms, no kill runs through quick save and quick loading multiple times, which I am gonna attempt to avoid at the very least. Like if I feel cheated or if I feel like I bollock something up to the point where it's a quick fix, I might do it. But if it's like the third or fourth attempt, nah, probably even three's probably too many. I'll give it like one attempt if I feel cheated, but I'm going to try and steer clear of doing that, so come what may.
I think that was the last one.
إنما بدنا أحد تاني يحط هذه العملية في خطر قبل ما يصل تاجر الأسلحة.
I'll do another sweep in the area, just to make sure.
علمني إذا أي شيء بين.
You probably also would have heard from Doom 4, episode 4 of Doom Eternal, that I will I am attempting to stop the post-commentary side of things. With the second episode of Doom Eternal, it was just kind of like because I needed to talk about stuff. And then with part 3 and part 4, it was because I was ill. So there was no, you know, now it's after the fact and I'm, you know, feeling better and there's no reason to, basically. So I'm now trying to at least learn the skill of talking while I play. I will try not to get distracted by what's going on screen. I will try and hold my train of thought. So far, it hasn't worked. But point in case right there. But depending on how I feel, I may actually go back to it just because I personally preferred it that way. But one of the main problems with it was I got, even though there wasn't the distraction of, like, you know, playing the game and trying to talk at the same time, there was the fact that I would go off topic or I would start talking about things that don't matter, like something that had nothing to do with what I was doing or playing. So that's one reason why I wanted to pick up talking and playing at the same time as well. I don't know what that was. I was trying to aim down the sights immediately after shooting and it just wasn't having it. I don't know if that was maybe like a bug or something, or because that's kind of one of the things I didn't like about Cry of Fear, because Cry of Fear did that. Like, you'd fire your gun, you couldn't mouse in, like aim in. But, I don't know. There is a lot of growth that I expect from myself, and this will hopefully be the game. This and Doom will hopefully be the game to help me learn those skills. Well, that and one other, but
slower than expected. It's like someone's told a fucking
spoilers.
Say again.
When the shit hit the fan in 27, the rush must have been for the stairs. There's corpses everywhere. A lot of your cousins are here too, Jensen. Want me to grab you any spare parts?
No parts, but I take mine with cream and 2 sugars while you're asking.
So there's only really one side objective here. So if I've probably talked over the plot. So basically what's going on is Jensen has joined this special ops group. I think it's called like Task Force 29 or something. I don't remember. It's probably not. I'm probably like mixing up franchises or something. But basically Jensen has joined this group, a branch of the government designed to, you know, combat terrorists. And what we're doing at the moment is we're in Dubai, trying to help an undercover agent stop. Sorry, I'm. English is a first language, but it's not one that's practiced too often. So yeah, so we have an undercover agent, part of this group called Jin. The group's called Jin, he's not. And there's an arms deal going on which we have to stop because it's being helmed by a member of a private military force from the first game called Bell Tower. Give it some quick moves. So the whole plan is help Singh out, cover his track so he's not found out, so he can continue and get out.
Patch is clean.
Solid copy. Good. I'll repatch us once the deal kicks.
I may be getting
Miller, I've disabled the Jin's comms booster.
Too close?
Make it harder for them to listen in on the deal.
Good work. With luck, Sing's cover will still be intact when this is over.
To use the stun gun?
Primary target now.
Like, knowing what I'm like, the range is probably a lot more than I give it credit for, but I've never, especially after Deus Ex 1, the stun gun in Deus Ex 1 was horrendously short range. Like, it might as well have been like one of those hand tasers.
Jensen, we're inside the atrium, taking up positions on the terraces. What's your 20?
Still moving.
Well, hurry the fuck up. Enemy helo is inbound and this sandstorm's getting close. You get that comms booster disabled?
Affirmative. Booster's fried.
So maybe the Tin Man does have a heart after all.
That's...
Way to look out for your team. Creedy out.
I don't like McCready. He is easily my least favourite person in this game. He is very... Okay. He is very prejudiced against robot people.
Access granted.
This is Jensen. Penthouse access route secure. Jin shouldn't be a problem. Over.
Copy that.
About fucking time. Enemy helo sighted. Alright, strike force. Position and hold.
Strike 1, in position.
Strike 2, all set. Strike 3, yeah.
Strike 4 in position and holding, boss. Eyes up, safety's off, guys.
Yeah, no shit, brown nose.
Watch your fucking mouth, Halliday.
Both of you shut up. 5 in position.
Everybody stay sharp. Sing's got eyes on Shepard. Patching you in now.
Targets in the AO. Remember, Sing's...
Does his hat really need 3 separate buckles? Is like one at the back not enough?
Executing a buy with a sandstorm on her ass.
I cannot take credit for Mother Nature, Mr.
You can call me Shepard.
How biblical. Are these the weapons?
The Orcs. They're getting harder to come by. Guns are still on the chopper. Show me the cash quick and we'll...
Oh, what the? The part has been crashed. Shepard is dead.
What? By who? What's going on down there?
Miller, this isn't the Jin. Repeat, it's not the Jin.
They're after the weapons. Open fire! Open fire!
Weapons free! Open up on...
Creed, make it a grab for the chopper. You got a shot?
Negative. Negative. We're under heavy fire down here. We can't let that chopper take off, Jensen.
I got it.
I do got it. But first...
This is bad! They're closing in! We're gonna lose Sing! Jensen, I can't reach him!
No real reason to hang around here. I'm just going straight for the helicopter, because once you do this... level's over. Sorry, I know you were probably expecting something a little bit more exciting than that, but... there's really no reason to stick around in this bit. It's a waste of ammo. You could probably rack up some experience if you get the headshots, but... I'm not looking to kill anyone, so sneaking past and knocking everyone out is just too time consuming. Excuse me. But this is where this episode ends. It's gone quicker than the original episode. That's because I didn't spend some of the time in the beginning dicking around with settings. But yeah, so I hope you guys enjoyed the snippet of what's to come in the rest of the game. I am very excited to replay this again. It's been a little while since I've actually played through this game, so it's going to be a good time, and I hope you guys come along for it. Look out as well, because I've got the next part of Doom coming up in the next couple days as well. I've got my next top 10 video coming up, hopefully by the weekend as well, if not on the weekend. And keep an eye out as well, because I have another surprise coming. But I am gonna leave it here, and I will see you guys in the next episode.